in Kentucky, we were always hit the Kentucky Artisan Distillery. We'll go for another come out there. Yeah. What do we get there, Gopher?
You got the Tropics.
Yeah, so we got the.
I actually didn't buy anything there because it's the same stuff every time we go.
So we got the Tropics here tonight, and this is a really interesting selection. So this is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, fully matured in brand new oak barrels, and then they are taking it and they are shipping it over to Singapore. Yeah.
Yep.
Where it is aged for 18 months in that high humidity. So the result is quite an interesting, they've done the oceans similar to that, and it's on a cargo ship sailing around the world. This is sailing there and then staying in one place. So we tried a little in Kentucky. I was really impressed with it.
I don't think I tried it.
Okay, well, you'll get a chance to try it.
I've heard it really intensifies the flavors.
Yeah, that's
the heat.
Right. That's what we hear. Yeah.
And I think out of all the Jeffersons, isn't this like one of the most expensive ones that they carry?
Yeah. So the oceans are typically around 80, 85. And this bottle MSRP is 100. I actually got it at the distillery for 95. So I saw it for 95. We're at the distillery, and Trey Zoller signed the bottle. So he's the CEO, founder. I said, why not? Let's give it a try. And I was happy with it, but I didn't do a formal review or anything. But we'll do that tonight. So, but I think it compares very well with a lot of the oceans that we've had. And some people think it's a gimmick, but the reality of it is, we go there every year. The ocean's always the best whiskey on the flight. Pouring a little bit of the Tropics here. Not high humidity tonight. It's a nice, cool, pleasant evening.
It's about 65 degrees.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice, cool, pleasant evening in New Jersey. What do you think of the smell on this, Mark?
It's already in my hand. I'll pour yours too, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Getting a little fruity.
Yeah,
Man, it's nice. I like it. A little fruity, a little spicy.
Yeah, it does have some of those tobacco notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting fruity, 100% fruity smell.
We're going out of the Gopher. What are you getting there? Fruity smell? Gopher and Brian?
It's fruity smell.
Mm-hmm.
I smell like fermented fruit with, I guess, mixed with the charcoal.
I think the smell is quite pleasant. It is fruity. I don't know about the fermented fruit, but I get more of that like raspberry, blueberry type of family.
Yeah, it's
Maybe a little strawberry even. Just on the nose.
It's berry.
Yeah, it's berry-licious, as the Gopher has said.
Oh, it's delicious.
And so we'll take a little sip here. That's pretty interesting. I do get a little. I mean, it has vanilla, it has caramel, and then once you get past that, right out of the gate,
The finish.
Not even the finish. I think the midpoint gives you a little leather tobacco.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think the finish is where I'm getting some more of that fruit at the end, along with a little bit of a Kentucky hug. So this comes in at you got the bottle down there, 104 proof, I believe. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely got a lot going on, and it takes you through a nice profile. It starts out as a traditional bourbon. I get my caramel, I get my vanilla. It then gives me a little leather tobacco in the middle, and at the end, it's like a fruity hug, if that's even a thing. That's my initial impression. But let's hear from Mark.
You pretty much nailed it. I mean, I'm getting the same exact thing, that up front, the traditional, then that leather tobacco definitely in the middle. I'm getting like kind of like strawberry finish at the end, like you say. It's like definitely a berry finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. I enjoy this a lot. Anything that has that leather and tobacco in it, which is few and far between that you come across,
Right.
is something I really enjoy.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of this. I could definitely sit down and have a few of these. What do you say there, Gopher?
I'll look at a lot. I'm not going your way on this one. I don't think yet. I'm going fruit all the way through.
What do you say there, Brian?
I guess I'm a little bit partial to this because I gotta tell you, Jefferson Ocean is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
All-time favorites. I turned on to this about a month ago and have just enjoyed it thoroughly. So I was so excited when you said we were going to do the Tropic.
Right.
So here we go.
Right.
And it doesn't let me down. Just smooth. There's no burns like the ocean. It's very, very smooth. I taste a little bit of a smoky, the leather, like you said, and kind of spices a little bit. Like, are you familiar with allspice?
Yeah.
I want to say kind of like that. Just the smoothness of it to me is what really makes it for me. I just find it is one of the smoothest bourbons on the market that I'm aware of. There's probably other out there, but I've never had one as smooth as this.
I'm going to give you something on this too, if you don't mind me jumping in here again.
No, go ahead, Gopher.
It's not, I'm not saying it's thick on the first down on the palate, but once it gets past your tongue, right past the back of your tongue, you get this a little bit of thickness. Like right now, I'm starting to get the leather, but still a berry type of flavor.
Yeah. Okay. I will say, I'll say when, so Brian was talking about the oceans, and I probably have 4 or 5 variations still sitting at home that I've tried but just never finished, and not because I didn't like them, because the better bottles you want to hold on to, you know. This isn't really like any ocean that I've ever had before. This is definitely like a different flavor profile. I don't ever remember getting that basket of berries on any of the ocean's varieties.
That one you had was kind of a little cherry, I remember.
Okay.
The first one I tried back in 2020, whatever that might have been, but I remember.
It's been a minute anyway. Yeah. So I don't remember really having this berry forward experience, both on the nose, and then really interesting how it's actually on the finish, right? So you get usually when you have something that's very prevalent on the nose, it's the first thing you taste, but not so here. It's actually the last thing I'm tasting.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm not sure that I've ever had that experience. Can you think of anything, Mark, that you've had that was like that?
Wow, not really.
It is very unique in the fact that, as we were saying here, it's hard to match something of this flavor.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything with leather tobacco that can then make a transition to fruit. I mean, it's, you know, it's a lot for a whiskey to handle, but it's definitely pulling it off.
Usually leather tobacco stuff, and then it just stays kind of heavy. It doesn't lighten up with fruit.
So everybody's clear on this, because it gets a little confusing. Because it says it's finished in Singapore. Okay, it never left the barrel. It's the same barrel it aged in Kentucky. They didn't put it in a different barrel. That's a finishing process. When you take it, you put it in a different barrel. This stays in the same barrel. It's just they're aging it in Singapore.
It averages like 85 degrees over there. It's like or something like that. It's like right near the equator.
Yeah, and the humidity is really high. Yeah.
Inside the barrel, it just cooks there, and so what it does, it intensifies the flavors.
That's a really good word for it. Yeah, it does intensify the flavors. I mean, pretend for a minute that this barrel never left Kentucky, right? I mean, would it have the same profile? Probably. Would it be as intense as it is? Probably not.
No, it's actually interesting. Maybe Hawaii. I don't know. You put it inside the freaking inside a volcano, maybe.
That'd be very dry.
That's
Humid.
an idea we gotta
Yeah.
say, Trent, right? The volcano age.
Get some
Yeah,
bondage.
they could hang you by strings or something.
Let's get that bondage barrel drop in
This is
there.
why we keep the rope around us. Every video, he's got one good comment.
I can ask you a question.
Yeah.
How did you meet the guy to sign it? How do you know him?
Actually, Trey signed him before. He wasn't there.
Yeah, we have met him. One day, I think it was, I'm gonna say, 2021 when we were there. He just randomly walked in, and they're like, "Hey, it's Trey Zoller, our founder," and so I took a picture with him, talked to him.
And he was a very nice guy.
Very nice guy. But this year he was not there, but he had just signed some bottles. So they have their gift shop and they have bottles on the wall. And if he just shows up, he'll just sign whatever's sitting out. And so he had been there in close proximity, maybe a day or two before us. And he had signed pretty much everything that was on the wall
Very
available for sale.
Cool
So,
story.
yeah.
He's actually a very nice guy. He was actually a nice guy to talk to. He's very, very down to earth. He's not like, I don't know, freaking goddamn distillery. He's a down to earth guy.
He was, and we also met the master. We did meet the master distiller this year.
Oh, yeah. Jade.
Jade Peterson, I believe his name was. Really, really nice guy, and definitely knows his list. All right, so who's going to jump in with their first on the 1 out of 10 rating on this baby? Who's ready to tackle?
Well, I think I ever went first, so I guess I'll
All right,
be happy to give it a try.
price point is part of it.
Correct.
Okay, so
And that was gonna be
it's
part
a
of my review.
$95 bottle. So
So I was
think about
up
that
around,
as well. So we're looking at, again, price point, color, nose, palate, finish.
correct. And if we wrap all that up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming up at an 8.9. However,
Okay.
price point,
Uh-huh.
I gotta deduct the 1 point.
Oh, okay.
So to me,
See,
because of price point, I gotta drop it to a 7.9. I love this.
1 full point.
One full point.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Okay.
I love this.
All
It
right.
tastes great. It's
Uh-huh.
so smooth,
Uh-huh.
but it's not a bottle you can just buy every day and drink casual.
Okay, it's a 7.9 for Brian, and I guess we'll just go to the go from it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little lower on this because I'm knowing price point in my brain.
Nobody at home is surprised.
I'm not going too low. I'm actually gonna give the highest number I ever had, I think.
We can fact check it.
Okay. But I think I'm gonna go, we really have to go points. We're going points today. So I'm gonna go at 6.3,
6.3.
which I think is the highest number I ever gave out to anything. I think it tastes fantastic,
Yes.
Since
but I think I think the price point's way too high.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I know you need diesel fuel, call me, I'll get you on.
We're not gonna tell you there's no wrong answers here, except when Bill forgives me. All right, Mark.
Yeah, the price is a little high and everything, but it is absolutely the best that we've had so far
This year.
this year. And I mean the price, I mean I've bought things like this before once in a while, so I'm going 7.5. I
Okay.
really enjoy this. If I was gonna splurge, I would definitely buy this if I was gonna go out and say I'm gonna buy like a higher end bottle.
Little special occasion.
Yeah, special
Yeah.
occasion, I would definitely buy this.
But you wouldn't do it for an everyday bottle.
No,
No.
not you. I mean, Debbie would kill me.
Yeah. So
It'd be funny to watch.
I the color is actually, to me, it's actually a little lighter than I expected. Because I thought that everything would turn it up from Singapore.
I mean, it's not dark.
Yeah, the color's a little darker than what you see on some of the bottles that we have, but it's like a bronze type of.
Looks a lot darker in here.
Yeah, it looks darker in the bottle than it does in the glass. It's interesting. So
Well,
here's
you ever notice?
here's the bottle.
Glass.
The lower it gets,
Yeah,
the winter it gets.
and just so
Well,
you
now
can
you
see,
can say that.
it's got a picture of Singapore on the back, a map of Singapore, but it looks darker in the bottle than it does in my glass, which is interesting. So, but in any event, nothing wrong with the color. I just prefer it a little bit darker. But beyond that, we have the nose on it. As I said, is very fruity. I get some strawberry, some blueberry, some raspberry. I do like the traditional vanilla caramel notes it gives me on the first sip, and then it goes to that tobacco leather, which is my favorite part of it, by the way. That mid palate tobacco leather is just really nice. It's a little smoky. I think Brian, you might have said it's a little smoky. I do get a little smoke on it now as well. And then it's got this really interesting, I think, very unique finish, which is a combination of berries and a Kentucky hub, with maybe a little Signapore sling on the end or something. So 104 proof, I think it delivers on that. I would say, if anything, it maybe drinks a little bit higher than that with the hug it gives. But overall, very interesting bottle. I agree. It's certainly not an everyday sipper. It's more of a special occasion bottle, and I do have to use the price point in my analysis. But I'm going to go. I think this is a very unique bottle, and it definitely deserves a score that embraces its uniqueness. And I'm not afraid to go 8 on this bottle, even at that price point. I'm gonna go 8.0 on this bottle. This is a great product, and Trey just keeps amazing me with what he's able to do, and Jade with these bottles.
So cheers, everybody. Thank you, Trey, for what you do.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time.
If you got a 9 out there, I'm buying.
Yeah.